Hello, everybody. I'm David Rose. Thanks for stopping by for this Washington's Most Wanted case update in partnership with Crime Stoppers. And we got a bunch of people to help find this weekend, starting with these two sinister suspects on the run, Matthew Collett and his girlfriend, Kylie Craig. These two are wanted for murder and kidnapping in Mason County after a woman's body was found off a forest road near the Olympic National Park in the Lake Cushman area last week. Now, detectives say Collett is a violent felon and considered armed and dangerous. The sheriff's office says he has convictions for assault, robbery, and burglary.
Through intelligence gathering and other things, they were able to put the suspects with the victim, and they were also able to put the suspects in the area of the body drop before and after, along with some other things that linked it all together. And at this point, we have two suspects that we're asking the communities and for the state of Washington and other surrounding states to help us to locate these two individuals.
Detectives say they might be driving a red 2013 Hyundai Elantra like this one with Washington license plates BTX 1364. They are known to travel between Seattle and Portland.
Do not approach them. Just try to get as much information as possible, and obviously call Crime Stoppers to make sure that that information gets passed along to us so that our team can continue the investigation.
Matthew Collett is 37 years old. He's 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs 180 pounds. Kylie Craig is 28. She's 5'3" and weighs 180 pounds. If you spot them or their car, call 911 immediately. If you want to stay anonymous, submit the information to Crime Stoppers of the South Sound through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone. You can download it for free, or you can always call the hotline 1-800-222-TIPS. It's anonymous, and there's a cash reward of up to $1,000 for information that leads to their arrest. Tonight, Bellevue police want you to take a good look at this guy holding an ice axe. Well, he's not anywhere near a mountain to climb, but he's going to use that to commit a crime. After detectives say he used it to smash his way into the downtown Rite Aid on 106th Avenue Northeast, just south of Bellevue Square Mall, where he looted the place during the chaos and vandalism that happened on May 31st.
He is able to smash in the window fairly easily. And then they enter the store and they take what they want. Well, that is not acceptable here in Bellevue. We are here to tell you that our detectives will come after you if you commit these kinds of crimes in Bellevue. It is absolutely unacceptable. Now, what you can see about this particular individual is a very distinctive top. There's kind of some white along the sides. He's wearing very long, oversized white basketball shorts. The pictures of him are not necessarily super clear, but there's somebody out there that is going to be able to identify him.
Well, this criminal act that he committed opened the floodgate for more suspects to loot that store, including these two guys who are still unidentified tonight. Bellevue police are hoping somebody knows either of their names.
Now, what happened over the next 3 hours is that you had all of these people coming and going as they pleased, taking what they wanted, completely uncaring about what they were doing and who they might be harming. Now, we've already made a couple of arrests, but you can see these two specific individuals. They're not wearing face coverings. The suspect with the brown hair has an obvious tattoo on his forearm. Can't really make it out, but it's distinct. And the other suspect has this wild, curly red hair. Somebody has got to know these guys. They walked in at separate times. We don't think that they're connected, but these two individuals went into the Rite Aid, took what they pleased, and walked out the door.
So if you recognize them or you know who this guy is with the ice axe, submit those names to Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound. You're going to get a cash reward of up to $1,000 when any of them get arrested. You can call the hotline or use that P3 Tips app. You can send photos right to detectives, and it keeps you anonymous. Well, a warning to all of you who ride the bus to keep a lookout for our next fugitive. King County Sheriff's detectives are asking for your help tonight to find this suspect that I've dubbed the Metro Masturbator. Prosecutors have charged James Vargas with indecent exposure. A warrant has been issued for his arrest. He knows he's wanted, and he continues to go on the run. Detectives say Vargas was identified as the Dead-eyed Deviant when we showed you video earlier this year, thanks to a Crime Stoppers tips from you. Deputies say a woman listened to her gut that something was wrong with this guy and started recording cell phone video. Well, it showed him expose himself as the bus rode from downtown Seattle to Lake City Way, and then he starts masturbating, and the expression on his face never changes. This is creepy. He boarded the Route 522 bus at Madison Street and 4th Avenue. The video is extremely graphic, but watch here as he waves at the victim to try to get her attention to watch him. He had no idea that she was secretly recording him to get the evidence. Very brave of her because she was terrified. He never said a word. He exited the bus at the stop sign near 125th on Lake City Way.
I think it's terrifying for that victim to have to see something like that. And it was amazing with the time that it aired on the show until the time we got all of our tips was just a matter of a couple of days, and all of a sudden we had him identified. We know that he hangs out in Seattle. We know that he rides the bus, but we haven't been able to locate him yet. So we're hoping somebody knows where he lives exactly, or possibly where he works, and we could go and grab him, pick him up. He can also turn himself in, but so far that hasn't happened.
James Vargas is 23 years old, 6 feet tall, weighs 160 pounds. He put the address of a church in Seattle's University District on his driver's license, so detectives don't have any real good idea of where he's lived or where he's living now. So if you know where deputies can find James Vargas, please submit that tip right now to Crime Stoppers for that cash reward of up to $1,000. This guy needs help. He needs to be behind bars. Use the P3 Tips app or call 1-800-222-TIPS. Well, holy Caped Crusader, a couple of jokers have stolen this 4.5-foot tall Batman from a comic store in Everett. But tonight, the superhero known around the world as the world's greatest detective is getting some help from a real-life police detective who is asking for your help to catch the villains. So take a look at this surveillance video from early Sunday morning. It shows a 2007 to 2009 red Mazda 3. Police say that driver was signaled by a second suspect at the top of your screen, telling him to bring the car over. He then smashed out the window and grabbed Batman, put him in the car, and then sped off. Detectives found this video of the two suspects right before the theft as they walked back to their car after casing the store. It gives you an idea of their builds and how they move. So combine that with the close-up look at the red Mazda. Detectives are hoping somebody knows who drives it or where to find it, because this supersized Funko Pop statue cannot be replaced.
It was a one-of-a-kind piece that was offered.
Charlie Needler says the Batman statue they kept in their front window at Everett Comics was a huge draw for customers.
Kids look at it, hey, there's Batman. And, well, let's go inside and check it out.
Now the Caped Crusader is missing. The 150-pound Batman stolen in a diabolical smash and grab.
Glass all over the sidewalk and inside the store.
When Commissioner Gordon needed help, he turned on the bat signal. But what do you do when the Batman is the victim?
Personally, because I'm part of the collectors community, I'd like to catch them pretty bad.
Danny Rebellos is a detective with the Everett Police Department's Property Crimes Unit and a huge fan of The Dark Knight.
Batman's one of my favorite characters.
It was the first tattoo he got, followed by Green Lantern on the inside of his arm, his favorite. And then the Flash in vivid red, practically a full Justice League. Even Hawkman.
I have a good hero arm and a villain arm, just for balance, because anybody can go any way.
Ink that's helped break barriers in the community.
I have a ton of great stories of where people, the only reason they talked to me was because of my tattoos.
Now he's using his power for good to try to solve the case of the missing Batman.
We have good images of the suspect vehicle that we hope that you guys can recognize. And then we actually see one of the individuals breaking the window as he's giving a signal over to the getaway driver who's driving this Mazda, and smash the window, grab the pop, and that's it, and load in the car and take off.
Detective Rebellos believes the huge Funko Pop might have been taken by somebody in the collectors community to sell.
It's just not acceptable to do this and take advantage, especially a small business that's already struggling because of COVID.
If they could return it, that'd be great. There we are. And an instant collector box.
Needler says his store was just starting to recover financially after being closed for 3 months because of the pandemic. Now this.
You know, it's not right to do things like this, whether it's our business or any other business.
So, pow! Take one more look at the car that police are trying to find. It's a late 2000s model red Mazda 3. If you know where to find it or you know who drives it, please submit an anonymous tip right now to Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound so you can get that cash reward of up to $1,000. Call 1-800-222-TIPS or text a tip through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone. Ra's al Ghul, one of Batman's greatest adversaries, said it best: crime cannot be tolerated. Criminals thrive on the indulgence of society's understanding. So let's teach these villains a lesson that will never tolerate stealing from a small business like this. That's a look at some of the cases featured this weekend on Washington's Most Wanted. To see all of them, join me tonight at 11 o'clock on Q13 Fox, tomorrow night at 10 p.m. on Joe TV, and at 10:30 p.m. on Fox TV stations in Spokane, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities. Let's make our state safer. Let's make sure these criminals have nowhere left to hide.